Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about the major changes that are going to come about on the hub in the coming few days. The deadline is Saturday for people who are in the level 1, and for the deadline for the others is the next Saturday for people who are at level 2. So what are the changes? But before I talk about the changes that are going to come about, I want to talk about the levels that every person has to go through to bring back love. Because by now you would have understood that no matter what you have done has not worked. So just trying out something for a short duration will never work. So what are the things you got to finish, got to do? So what are those three levels? The first level is the level of stopping. This is what almost everybody is into. That is Awesome Marriage Blueprint. That's a 1 week challenge. You need 5 days to complete this, but I'm giving you 7 days as a challenge. Once you finish this, you have the next level, that is Awesome Marriage Intensive. That is a 2 week challenge. In Awesome Marriage Intensive, you're going to learn the different personality types, and you're going to understand what's your personality type, what's your spouse's personality type. You're going to learn the communication mastery. You're going to do communication mastery. Those of you who are going through separation, you're going to learn the 5 steps to get your wife back. And then the uh, once you are done with that, these two things are learning. You just sit down, go through the videos and learn. And after that, I'm going to coach you for 12 weeks into implementing these things. Your marriage has not gone wrong overnight, and it will not be fixed overnight. That's a given. Now, what are the changes that are going to come about on the hub? And then I'm going to explain why these changes. Those of you who are at level 1, you get 7 days to finish. And if you finish it within 7 days, there are 4 things that are going to happen. There are 4 incentives for finishing in 7 days. The first thing is you are going to keep the level you are on for lifetime. So if you finish level 1 and move to level 2, that level 1 will be with you for lifetime. You can access the courses anytime, and anything that I add from now on will be available to you. All right, that's the first incentive for finishing your level and moving to the next level. The previous level will be given to you for lifetime. The second incentive is you're going to get a completion certificate. That's the second incentive. The third incentive is if you finish the whole program as stipulated, means you finish the 1 week challenge in 1 week, then you move to the second challenge, that is a 2 week challenge, Awesome Marriage Intensive. You finish it in 2 weeks, and when you move to Awesome Marriage Loveathon, you finish the 12 weeks with total dedication and commitment. And at the end of it, you feel that you have wasted your money. You have got nothing out of this program. You can ask me for 100% money back. And that's only for people who are dedicated and committed. And how do I know that? By you following the challenge, by you finishing the things on time. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing is once you complete the challenge, once you have amazing marriage, once your wife comes back, now I know that you also want your wife to learn the same things because they have helped you so much. And at that moment, I'm going to give you the whole program, especially the level 2 that will be really important for her to know, free of cost. I'm going to give the level 1, I can give you level 1 as well as level 2 free of cost. But it's only after you have a great marriage. Why? Because if you're going to tell her anything, apart from sharing what's happening in your life and how you're changing, only when she asks you, if you tell her to learn, she will develop resistance. That's how the human brain is. But once you have a great marriage, once things come back, now she will be much more willing to learn, and that will only improve your relationship. So these are the 4 incentives if you complete every level within the stipulated time. Now, the validity of each level is 1 week for the first one, and as soon as the validity gets over, your course will be deactivated. You'll not be able to access the course. And if you want extra validity, I'm going to charge you more. Now you would be wondering, why is Val doing all this? twice while doing all this. It's because of the experience that I had in the last few months. I'm very clear in my mind is that the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because what I'm doing comes from an experience of learning. And that very experience of learning and implementation has transformed my marriage. As I often share, every night when I go to bed, and Pallavi puts her hand around me, I think about all of you out there, and I say to myself, the only difference between you, whose wife is not with you, you who is not having great physical intimacy or connection or laughter or joy in your house, is this. It's not that I'm a better man. No, it is just that I have learned what I'm teaching you now. And I have the full confidence that if you learn what I'm teaching you or what I've learned and implement it day in and day out, your marriage also is going to transform. And what I've seen two kinds of people. One kind of people who have started with level one and they got busy with life and they did nothing. Probably they finished one day, second day, then they said, oh, I don't have the money to move to the next level, and they stopped. And there's a second group of people who are really committed, really dedicated, not necessarily they had the money to move to the next level, but they had the commitment. And when we have the dedication, commitment, money comes in because we are looking in that direction. And I'm going to explain to you more later on. And when they are in the Loveathon and I see the transformation that's happening in their life, and they're telling me I'm feeling much better now, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling confident that my wife will come back, I feel that I have the same wish for you as well. I have the same wish for you as well. But unfortunately, you are not there. I can't help you. If you send me a message, you're in level one and you send me a message that my wife is just sent me a divorce papers, I can't help you unless you help yourself. So before I move on, I want to share this short clip of one of the participants who is in the Loveathon and he shared his experience. Is going through a difficult phase, but he is totally committed and dedicated, and he just kept at the whole journey. So I want you to listen to him, and then we'll continue.
I have been one of the few guys who have been married for 19 years, and I have gone through separation in the last 1 year. So wife was not with me. Okay, I'm a person who was absolutely down to the doldrums. Like it took a while for me to really become what I am today, thanks to this particular learning what I am going through in the last 2 months. The initial intensive phase, the blueprint, then the Loveathon is a course where I am just bouncing back myself into the person whom I was supposed to be, I am actually to be. The beautiful part is that today, in fact, the first time I have spoken to my spouse after so many months, about roughly about 8-9 months, for the first time we sat on the same sofa set and we discussed. That's the beauty of the understanding of the Loveathon, what I'm going through. That's a transformation. I firmly believe that it's just a matter of time. I get back my love in my life as soon as possible. Trust me, guys. Our spouses have left us because we became bad over a period of time, and she will come back only the day when we become the best part of ourselves, because she is our reflection. So there is no way, I do not think there is any way for our spouse not to come back. Even the worst possible situation, I think we can bounce back, and that's the beauty of the Loveathon.
So you heard his story, and I've heard it from others as well who have told me that after getting into Loveathon, they have told me that I wish I got into Loveathon a month ago, 2 months ago. Things would have been much more easier. I don't want you to say that. So these are the reasons why I would like you to finish everything within the stipulated time. These are the reasons why I don't want to give you all the time in the world, because when we are given all the time in the world to complete something, We have all the excuses not to do it. But when we are told this is the time, you got to finish it no matter what, then our brain gets into action. So what's the first reason? The first reason is your marriage is like this. Right now, your marriage is going in the reverse direction and it's also going downhill. You know how to drive, right? And if your vehicle is going reverse direction and it is going downhill, once in a while you pressing the brakes will never change. Sooner or later, it is going to hit something at the back. That's given. Now, if you want to make your vehicle move in the right direction, you got to stop that vehicle and you got to press the brakes consistently. When you change the gear, you got to press the accelerator consistently. Not today, not for few seconds, then you remove your foot from the accelerator, then again few seconds. That way your vehicle will never stop, never move in the right direction, nothing will change. So this is the first reason. I want your marriage to stop moving itself. Probably it's moving for the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I want it to stop moving in the opposite direction and I want you to move in the right direction. And it's only possible if you do it in a zippy. If you do it like that, without any delay. You stop, you start, and then you excel. The second reason is you have told your spouse that you are working on your marriage. Now she needs to see. Now she needs to see, not hear. Because many of you would have told your spouse that I'm working on my marriage and expected her to say, wow, great, I'm coming back tomorrow morning. Wow, great, I'm coming back to the same bedroom, let's sleep together. That doesn't happen. Because marriage generally goes wrong or goes bad over a period of time. So once you told her, now the next thing she is going to do, or her brain is going to do, is she's going to notice, she's going to observe unconsciously and see whether you are changing or not. And when you don't take action, when you are not being consistent, she's going to say to herself, this man only does lip service just to bluff me. And her doubt on you will even go up. It will convince her that you are not to be trusted. So that's the second reason, that you have started, you got to end it. You have to do everything to prove to her that you can be trusted. And only when you prove to her that you can be trusted, she'll come back. Not before that. And the third thing is you got to tell yourself that your marriage is in the ICU. And in fact, it is. In fact, it is in the ICU. Now, if your marriage is in the ICU, now just imagine that somebody who is very close to you, let's say your parents are in the ICU, mom or dad, God forbid, but let's imagine that somebody is in the ICU. Would you say to yourself that I'll do this, I'll do the, would you tell the doctor that maybe we can have the operation tomorrow because I'm very busy today? Or would you tell the doctor when he says, we have 10% chance of saving your mother, but it will cost you 2 lakh rupees. Would you tell that doctor, well, I don't have 2 lakh rupees now. Maybe after a month, once I get the salary, once the pandemic is over, I'll have the money. Then I'll see. Would you say that to the doctor? No. Now, you've got to do the same with your brain, because your brain is going to come up with 101 reasons for not completing the program, for not moving to the next level. And why is it going to come up with 101 reasons? Because not because those reasons are true, your brain will present them as true, but they are just excuses, because our brain does not want to change, doesn't want to change. And that's the reason your brain would like you to go to a magician, the Vashikaran specialist, or anybody who says to you that you don't have to change. You will, by magic, that person will change the other person, your wife. Your brain would like you to do that. Now that's a trick your brain is playing. So you can listen to that trick, or you can realize that your marriage is in the ICU. When your brain says you don't have time, frighten your brain. Tell your brain that if my wife sends me, if the court sends me a divorce letter, divorce papers, can I tell myself that I don't have time to the court and not present yourself? when your wife leaves you, and I'm just talking about the worst case scenarios. Probably you're not there, but who knows? Who knows? Can you tell yourself that I don't have money for the lawyer, so I'm not going to do anything? No, you can't. Right? So I really wish you that you have the marriage of your dreams. And the only person who can stop it is yourself. There is no reason that that will stop you except yourself. So you got till Saturday, for those of you who are at level 1, to move to the next level. And as soon as you move to the next level, there are instructions given how to finish it, then get it to the Loveathon. And once you finish everything, if you're not happy, you tell me. You tell me that, well, it was a waste. And by then I'll also know that how committed you are. Alright? Because only committed people get their wife back. Only committed people deserve a great marriage. Only disciplined people deserve a great marriage. Otherwise, everybody would have had a great marriage. So, go ahead, make the decision. All the links to the courses of level 1 are given at the bottom. Click on them. If there is something that you need to complete it and get into the next level at the earliest. You have the power to create the marriage you want to, and God has given you an opportunity. You can use it or lose it. It's in your hands. Bye bye.